Now, somebody said to me, what if a guy wants to take more than what is allowable? First of all, they go to an orientation center first. It describes how the city works, where you can access food, where you can pick up information in the area. It's just like if you want to fly an airplane, they don't put you in an airplane. They put you in a unit and you move the controls first just to get the feel of it. Then when they bring you over to an airplane, they say the first thing you check is the tires. And you check the air pressure and you check the movement of the controls, make sure they all work. And then you sit in that plane for a little while and get familiar with the instrument. You can't move normal, means fucked up, people into this city and expect to have a decent world. You can't. Or any more than you can become an engineer without going through a specialized environment called the university. The university is an environment that specializes in how to be an engineer, an architect, or whatever. So we want to change the global environment and make a global university. All cities with a university.
Many people ask me the question, what if I wanted to have a gold-plated toilet? Obviously, that's a distortion of values, correct?
I would say so. Within your culture, it seems to be normal. Within this culture, changes in fashion and all that seem to be acceptable because you're brought up in that kind of culture. What you really need is sensible clothing that fit well, that breathe, that's self-repairing, that is self-creasing. In other words, you really need certain things, but you can't identify what you need due to the fact that you're brought up in a primitive culture. Ask an Eskimo what he wants. He says, well, he wants a good season of hunting, and he wants an igloo that's stable, and he wants a lot of seals, and he doesn't like to put his grandmother out on the ice if the hunting season is good. If there's scarcity, he may have to put his grandmother out on the ice. In other words, what can an Eskimo ask for except that within the range of his experience? An Eskimo cannot say, I'd like a stainless steel refrigerator with an acoustical system in my sound unit. He can't ask those questions. Everything you request is within the contents of the environment that you're brought up in.
I couldn't agree more. And back to the example of the gold-plated toilet, obviously the utility is thrown out the window. It's simply a matter of status, of social vanity. And I believe I would have to say those come with a great deal of distortion.
In the future, I don't think anybody would want a Kennedy rocking chair. It's bad anatomically, it's bad for the body physiologically. What we need is contoured furniture that's contoured to the human body, not because President Kennedy once had a rocking chair. Do you understand what I mean? Our values are so false, I hardly know where to start.